Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Alfred from Practical Code Academy. In the previous video, we covered how you can use button components from Material UI, but in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can group these buttons and use the button group component. So to use the button group component, I'm going to create a new file here. I'm going to call it MUI button group.js. I'm going to create a quick function component using RAFCE. And right here, I need to import the button component and other, gonna get the button. I need the button group. And I'm gonna get the typography as well. And all of that coming from the MUI library. Now I'm gonna add a header here or heading using that typography, where I'm gonna show you the variants of the button groups. And I'm gonna put here the variant of this typography to be H5. So this is an H5 element. And to group buttons together, you need to wrap them with a button group. So it's a wrapping element, and you add your buttons between the opening and the closing tag between the button group. So I'm going to start adding button. I'm going to copy it 2 more times. I'm going to call this one left, this one center, and the final one right. Load this component. We can load it. Yeah, I have an error here because I need a fragment. I have 2 components adjacent to each other. I need to wrap them with a fragment. Now I'm going to go to the app.js to load the MUI button group. So I'm going to comment this, or I can remove it. MUI button group. And this is the file that I want to import. This is my component. Save that, and let's take a look at it right now. So by default, you will have a group of buttons that they are outlined. If you want to change the default, you should edit the variant to the button group, not to individual buttons. So if I want to change the variant, I should add it to the button group. And also I'm going to give it some padding using the SX property here and pass an object of margin 2. So I'm going to give it a margin of 2 in 4 directions. And in that case, I'm going to pass the variant, and I'm going to set it to outlined, which is the default one. If I save that and take a look, here we go. We have a group of buttons. Now, what other variants that we can use? Contained and text. So I'm going to copy this 2 more times and change the variant here for the group to contained and finally text. Here we go. These are the 3 variants that we can use. Beside the variants, we can change the orientation. So let me add a heading here using the typography orientation. And this is going to be number 2. And to set the orientation, I'm just going to copy one of these buttons, like the contained button. It's contained. And instead of left, center, right, I will add top, middle, and bottom. And in that case, we need to add the orientation prop, which we're going to set it to vertical. By default is horizontal. And if I save that, we have a vertical group of buttons. And of course, this typography, we want to give it a variant of H5 or H6. And also the other value of the orientation is going to be the horizontal. So let me copy this. Instead of vertical, it's going to be horizontal, which in that case is going to be left, center, and right. Okay. You can also control the sizes. And notice that all these props we added to the button group not to the individual buttons. So now we're gonna change the sizes using the size prop. I'm gonna add a title or heading here, which is gonna be 3 sizes, and it's gonna be variant of H6. And I can copy, let me copy the outlined one. I'm gonna copy 3 times. And let's add the size prop for the first one, large. For the second one, medium. And for the last one here, the size will be small. And if you take a look at it, you will notice the difference in sizes. This one is the large, medium, and this is the small size of button group. Also, you can change the colors of the button group. So I'm going to add a heading here using the typography, the variant. I actually can copy one of them instead of keep typing it. So I'm going to copy this typography. And I'm going to copy all the 3 buttons groups. And set of sizes, this is the force prop, which is the colors. Instead of outlined, I'm going to make them contained. And I'm going to remove the size. But I'm going to start adding the color prop. And the first group here, I'm going to give it the color of secondary. The second group, I'm going to give them success. And the final group, I'm going to give them the color of error, which is the red color. Success will be green, warning will be orange. And secondary will be like a purple color. We get 3 different groups, and they have different background colors. Each button have the ripple effect. Okay, guys, as you can see, it's very simple to group buttons using the button group component. It is going to be the parent component of all the buttons that will be inside it. Thank you for watching, and in the next video, we're going to be covering the icon buttons, how you can create buttons that will contain icons.